I think I might have overshot it a bit. Oh, hey. I got an idea.
Hey everybody, it's BaronJ, and man, do you remember Hamatora? 'Cause I do. Produced by, god damn it. You see, kids, this is why you don't write after 3 a.m. It's gonna be like friggin' bacon all over. Fucking no. Oh my god. Hamatora is an interesting series, mainly interesting to me because I don't know how I didn't watch this show already. We'll get to that when I start explaining shit. Oh, I suppose I should actually start explaining shit. Hamatora, a detective agency, is a group of kids and an anthropomorphic animal, and they solve issues in the community using their special powers. Well, jinkies, I think I've discovered anime Scooby-Doo. Am I the first person to make that joke? After my last video, I've got to be careful. Well, I think we're good. Wait. God, Callum, come on, man. Whatever. The gang here has the important distinction of being ridiculously balanced superheroes. Scooby is basically a werewolf, and his Scooby snacks are the holy Bible. Daphne can predict the future, but ends up reverting to a childlike mental state sometimes. Velma is a lightning rod, and that's pretty much it. Velma, too, can punch things really hard. And here's good old Scrappy Dappy Doo. And then there's Shaggy, who can basically teleport anywhere instantly in a 30-feet radius when he's kicking out his jams, and can subsequently use that kinetic energy to wreck shop. And this is why I don't know how I've never watched this show, because as I've mentioned before a couple times, I have a mental condition known as synesthesia, which, while I wish it totally worked like this, it doesn't. It's a cross-wiring of the senses, so the best way I can really put it is imagine a pink elephant. You got it? Okay, good. That pink elephant is on your mental monitor, this little screen you've got in your brain where you visualize information. I have the same thing, except behind that monitor is a friggin' IMAX widescreen projection system that consistently plays an iTunes visualizer that's contextually changing based on what I hear, taste, and think about. It's pretty cool, but I never really bring it up in conversation because whenever I do, I sound like a goddamn mental patient. But believe me, totally real thing. Here's the Wikipedia page. I've done tests and stuff. It's crazy. But what Shaggy's power here seems to be based on is, in the way this show presents it, synesthesia. But don't quote me on this. They might not have had that intention, but when I saw it for the first time, I was flabbergasted by the colors and everything when he did it the first time because it's very, very similar. But yeah, anywho, they drive around and solve mysteries and shit. Now, Hamatora is pretty engaging. Like it was with Railgun, the overarching plot structure is revealed bit by bit as the gang works on separate cases, leading up to an ultimate showdown in the first season with an unknown antagonist. Good pacing, some great funny bits, pretty awesome soundtrack, and some animation and art that's pretty breathtaking in a strangely minimal fashion. That last bit's a little surprising too, considering the animation studio responsible did some work for the pile of ass that was Danganronpa. I still gotta get to that one day. Now, however, we make our way into the sequel season, Ari Hamatora. While following a similar formula, here's where I began to lose some steam in watching the show. There's more of a mystery plot, but it's too randomly strung out through 13 episodes, and I kind of lost interest halfway through. And by the end, I found myself a little underwhelmed, but it did make up for that a bit by going into backstories that I was genuinely curious about and fleshing out the world's mechanics well enough that most of my questions were left answered. As a full package, Hamatora manages to wildly fascinate on the first watch. On a second time through, though, I could understand if someone wanted to stop halfway through. I did, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. This is the end of the video. Here is a subscribe button. Here is a Facebook and a Twitter and my Twitch channel. Up on the left, I'll have t-shirts. Over on the right, you can listen to me talk for 10 hours at a time via my audiobook. I don't necessarily talk like this, but you might hear some other voices that I do. Somewhere during all this, I'll be playing the video that I did with my good friend Yusef of Otaku Versus, where we discuss your crazy-ass waifu. And isn't this interesting? Another video after a week. Huh, that's weird. It's almost like I'm back on a schedule or something. If you've got a suggestion for something for me to cover, let me know in the comments. If you want me to say something in a funny voice, also say something. I'm still taking suggestions for that. Nothing much else to say, really, except see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.